guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Renee. Now let's get straight into it. On today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about reflection. Now, as we all know, life has been lifing for me. Well, really, it's been thumping everybody over this year. 2023 has been a crazy year. And I was supposed to film this video about a month ago or so. I had the idea of doing it, but actually now is actually the perfect time. Now, I have been going through it when it comes to YouTube. I literally started having computer issues out of nowhere, and then I'll try to record, and then the files will be corrupted. I'm like, okay, let me just take this week off, and I'll try it next week. The volume will be off, I'll be looking crazy in the video, and I'm just like, you know what, forget it. So this time around, I'm just recording on my phone, Swella Kaka, and I'm looking elsewhere just to make sure I'm in frame, then that's what it is. But I'm trying to get it done. I say all that to say that we see certain things happening to us and we think, woe is me, why me, what else could freaking happen now? And once we're in the middle of things happening to us, we don't necessarily see the good or the lesson that we need to learn while we're in it. So that's why I want to talk a little bit about reflecting on our past year. So what prompted me to sort of pivot on the video I was meant to record and just start talking about reflection was TikTok. Now, I follow a woman named Jody, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen her before, but I'll link the exact video that I'm talking about down below. And she pretty much posted her whole glow up plan, or things that she specifically did in order to become the woman that she is today. And of course, we're all in the midst of growing and transitioning always. As we get older, we're always learning something. But of course, use your own discernment and common sense when it comes to watching other people's videos. But I think her, out of everyone that I've seen, she has given real tools and shown the work that she has done to get to where she is, whether it's physical glow up or professional glow up. She pretty much talks about everything. Now in this video, she basically broke it down into 4 different buckets and areas of your life that you can reflect on and see where the areas of improvements are or things that you would like to do better. It basically serves as a purpose of like a game plan of what you need to do to get to where you want to be. So the 4 different areas that she suggests that you dive a little bit deeper into is going to be your physical appearance, your social, your career / your finances, and your intellect and spiritual. Now me, I created a PowerPoint because I'm more of a visual person and it gives me the opportunity to sort of really break it down. And I do like to write on pen and paper, but I went on Pinterest and got images together. That way it just serves as a visual where I can see where things can possibly go. Sort of like a vision board, you know? I also found with doing it this way, and I'll put like a cutaway somewhere if I can of the PowerPoint that I made. I'll cover up exactly what my goals are, but just so you guys can get an idea of what I'm talking about and how I sort of laid it out. I find when you write things out like this, whether on paper or on your computer, you can sort of really see how far you've come, and you kind of see things aren't really that bad. I don't have that much to work on, or maybe you'll see you have a lot to work on, but at least you have a place to start. I personally currently feel like I'm right now just at the tail end of coming out on the other side. Not saying it's all over and the things that have been happening are not still ongoing, but I feel like I can finally breathe a little bit. Like I said earlier, I know we're always wondering why me, what else can possibly happen, but think about it this way. The mental strength that you gain from going through adversity, like hands down, you'll be thankful for it in the future, because certain things that we may not be able to see in the future that's coming up that are so big that we're going to need that mental strength in order to get through it. And for us to maintain that thing that we all been praying for, bigger and better things, but do we have the mental capacity to withstand it? You know, you will come out on the other side, and this is me still on the opposite side where I'm still like, what the hell? But you will come out on the other side. Lord knows if you need to take a break, take it, because I have. And like I said, sometimes circumstances will force you to take a break. Like YouTube, for example. All these things kept happening. My computer, files being corrupted. Sometimes you just need to take a break. Whether you like it or not, just take the break. But whatever you do, just don't quit. Next, reflect on the lesson that we're meant to learn and have faith. You have to also believe that you're going to make it on this other side. You have to also believe that those dreams that you have that you feel are so big, and yes, we should be dreaming big, but you have to have faith that they're going to happen. I know me, I don't even know if I have unshakable faith yet. Like sometimes I think that the things that I want are just bigger than me, that I almost feel like I'm doing the most, like I'm delulu, I sort of feel like I need to just have a bit more faith, and I will come out on the other side of this quicker. And again, the timing that we want is not always the timing that's going to happen. We're going to keep on going through the same trials and tribulations over and over again until we learn that lesson. Sometimes it's us. Sometimes we're not as great as we think we are. We ain't all that. Sometimes we need to sit back and think, where do I need to tighten up? Am I this? Am I that? It's hard to take personal accountability. Trust me, I know. And that's one thing that I've been trying to work on this year, to actually sit with myself and actually write down the things that I feel like I could do better. That doesn't mean beat up on yourself, but you do want to be honest with yourself to know, this I can do a little bit better. And this, I think this is okay, but I can focus more on this actual thing, So don't be afraid to take accountability and see the areas of your life that needs improvement and work on it. It's going to be hard work. It's going to be tears, trust me, I know. And it's going to be an ongoing process, but the first step is just acknowledging it and then writing out a plan of how to get there and improve. Now, when it comes to alone time and spending time with yourself, you do want to use that time wisely and be able to self-reflect efficiently, but don't be like me and over-isolate. I never knew that that could be a thing, but I think I over-isolated because it gets to the point where you don't even want to ask for help when you really, really need it. And sometimes people are just looking at you like, why didn't you just say something? Because you don't really necessarily want to be a burden. And sometimes those people can really help you to move along this process. Some people can possibly speak to you and they can see certain things that maybe you can't see. You'll know when it's time to reach out to other people and just ask for help. You don't want to do so much where you can't really come out on the other side because you're so afraid to open up and talk to people. Yes, know when to take a step back, but not to the point where you can't reach out for help. Let's talk about hobbies. Now, I feel like this is a great way to spend time with yourself. If you just want to get out of your own head sometimes, it's a really great way to sort of get back to that inner child and do the things that we used to do. Because, as kids, that's when we have the ultimate confidence. We feel like we can do anything. There's nothing in the world that could stop us until we get older and older and whack people get in our heads and tell us what we can and can't do, and they put their own limitations on our dreams. I started crocheting. I used to crochet a lot with my grandmother when I was younger. Like, I just love being an old lady. Like, everyone knows Golden Girls is my favorite show. So I started crocheting, and it was like riding a bike. Like, I just immediately just started getting back into it. I took a photography class this year. Sometimes you just need to just do the things that bring you joy. And another thing, hobbies don't always have to turn into a business. Yes, it's great, but sometimes I can take the fun out of it. Let's just normalize us doing things because we love it, and not everything needs to be about making money. If you start doing hair, makeup, it doesn't always have to be, oh, let's start charging people. Let's just do things just to like relax our minds. And that's another way that'll help us get onto the other side of all the things that we're doing. It makes things like, it just lets you know that life isn't that bad. I have something to look forward to, something that brings me a little bit of joy. Also, another hobby that I did was join a book club. It's a good way to sort of have a little bit of community with people outside of your immediate people and just discuss different books, especially if you have a goal of reading, which I do. And it also helps you apply the information, because we all know that we can sort of be addicted to self-help books and we just read it, but we don't apply the information. But this book club that I joined, like, we're all working together, and I'm kind of like a silent person. Like, I'm not like out there and always sort of interacting yet. We've had one meeting so far, but I'm looking forward to sort of interacting a little bit more and just getting to know people on a different level and learning from other people. So I'll put the link down below of the book club that I joined. It was from someone that I found on TikTok. Her name is Malika. She's great. She's like one of the Philly girls. I love the Philly girls. So yes, it's just like a more simple way to sort of network with people, and eventually it'll warm me up to be more comfortable speaking to people in person, because I'm just not into the whole fakeness of the networking thing. And I'm not to be negative, but sometimes people, when they network, it's about what can they get from other people, and it's not necessarily genuine. And I'm more into genuine connections, which is what I love about this book club. Also, during my reflection, I've realized self-esteem is an issue, and not necessarily self-esteem, maybe self value and worth, like I find myself to be a very confident person, but more so for vanity reasons, honestly. I sat with myself, and when I thought about the things that I've done or put up with, or things that I've maybe quit and started again, quit and started again, I realized, like I said earlier, that I don't have that unshakable faith in myself yet. I found that I was looking for validation from everyone else except from myself. Sometimes you're not going to get that from other people. I expect everyone to believe in me when I don't even believe in myself. And for the most part, I have like a really good support system. Everyone pretty much thinks you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. My thing is, I start, stop, start, stop. And I realized that how can you expect people to have all this unshakable faith in you when you don't even have it for yourself? Sometimes you show up and sometimes you don't. And again, I can use the whole excuse of YouTube, my computer started acting up, the files got corrupted. I could have all the excuses in the world, but again, it all boils down to my own self value, my own self worth, my own self confidence. The definition of self esteem is the esteem of oneself. So you can't go looking for it in other people, whether it comes to business, personal, all of that. You have to have that unshakable confidence in yourself. For me, I limited Instagram, but I got more into TikTok. And I know it's still social media, of course. I still love social media. Is that I just found TikTok to be more inspiring, maybe because I just feel it to be a little bit more authentic. But I have a file of like motivational videos, all that kind of stuff that I just look to, people who just seem normal. They're in their element and they're just talking about their own life experiences and just motivating in different ways. Whereas Instagram is a little bit too cookie cutter for me. Like I just like people that's being them their own natural, normal selves and motivating, you know? So find your platform that works for you. You don't necessarily have to get on social media altogether, which I thought that's what you had to do. But TikTok has been working for me. So find your platform that works for you. Or if you need to get off altogether to keep yourself sane, do that. Because I'm gonna be honest, I was comparing myself when it comes to Instagram, and I don't like that. So I limited myself to it. I'm still on there, but very seldom. TikTok is my platform. Also, when it comes to self-esteem, your environment is going to play a major part of it. Look back to see how you've been keeping your home. I'm personally a very OCD person. I'm messy, but I'm very clean. Like I need everything to be in order. I don't have one of those aesthetic apartments or homes, and I don't want that. But because I like things, I like to have things around my home that reflect who I am. I need to make sure everything is in order at all times. So sometimes if you feel like you're depressed or you hate yourself and you just going crazy, look at how your environment looks. Is it messy? Is it like untidy? Maybe look into that, whether you want to tackle one room at a time or if you want to hire a cleaning service, also do that. I find that that's a great way to just get the whole thing in order and then you could just maintain after that. But definitely a clean space matters. Again, I may be vain, but looking good leads to you feeling good, even in the house. I found myself trying to put myself together while I'm inside, whether it's just loungewear or just put on a nice scarf around your head, not like the raggedy scarf that you wear to bed. But we know that when it's raggedy, it stays on the most and your hair comes out the best. But sometimes when you just during the day, put on something around your hair that is going to make you feel good and look good. Invest in some nice perfume that you can spray in the house. If you're not into perfume, maybe something that's lighter, some nice lotions. Try to just put yourself together. We don't want to let ourselves go. Before you know it, you turn around and it's like, who the hell am I? I know sometimes we feel like we done lost our damn minds, but sometimes all you got to do is just do your nails, put some nail polish on, you know? Trust me, it'll work. So that's all I had for you guys today. I really just wanted to just talk from the heart, from my mind. I made like a little outline, but those are things that I just thought about that you can just use to self-reflect. And these are the things that I have been doing. Those are the tips that I think I can give to you guys. Now again, don't beat up on yourself if you feel like you didn't accomplish anything this year. Maybe just maybe the season that you were meant to be in this year wasn't necessarily about growth, but was for you to learn something to get you to the next level. Use this time to reflect on what has happened, ways to improve. And again, I'm going to link everything down below that I have used to get me to this point. When I was in the midst of everything, I just thought the world was going to end and literally get me out of here. But I feel like I have had a clear mind, sat with myself, and I'm able to speak to you guys different ways that'll help you get to the other side. Now, as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell wherever it is on the screen. Follow me on my social media channels, Instagram, TikTok, my website, reneelennox.com. And as always, bye.